We all desire something in life, whether it's healing, whether it's good grades, whether it's to excel at a specific job, whether it's to go to a specific country, destination, whether it's to get a house, whether it's to get married. We all want something in life. The thing is, you don't know how to ask for it because you're not sure exactly what you want. You're swayed. On the one hand, you want this, on the other hand, you want that, or you tell somebody that you want this, and then they're like, but isn't this better? So you're not determined because you're not sure. And because you're not sure, you can't ask for exactly what you want and you can't ask for it with purpose. Secondly, you don't believe you deserve what you're asking for. You feel like it's too far fetched. You feel like it's for everybody but yourself. And that's why your prayers are not working. So today, I want to teach you how to pray. I'm Piwe, and this is my perspective. So take it or leave it. I don't care. I keep moving on and I get my prayers answered. Because one thing about me, I now know what I want. And when I want something, I declare that that thing belongs to me. I'm not begging for that thing. I'm not like, oh my God, may I please have a roof over my head? May I please have somebody who will love me? No, I know I deserve love. No, I know I deserve a roof over my head because my mere existence, your mere existence, deserves those things. By mere fact of being a human being, these are just basic rights. To have food to eat, to have a house, to have love. These are basic rights. And when I talk about love, I'm speaking about healthy love. I'm speaking about reciprocal love. Okay? So when you pray and you ask for friendship, be like, God, I deserve friendship. I deserve people around me who honor me, who cherish my presence, who make time for me, who make plans with me. Okay? People who choose me. And that's what I ask for, and I ask for it with the faith and the knowing that I will get it simply because I deserve it. That's how to pray. You pray with the knowingness that you deserve it, and you pray knowing exactly what you want and how you want it to fulfill your life. Dear God, the job that I want is far from where I live. I need a car. I know I need a car because I need to be able to get from point A to point B without an issue, without a hassle, without waiting on somebody who could be far away, without ordering an Uber that could possibly cancel on me. I deserve it. You need to know that you deserve it. And so when you speak it, when you ask for it, you speak with the conviction because you know that you deserve it. You're still debating on, do I want a car or do I want to be able to Uber from a place easily or do I need a bicycle? You're debating. Stop debating. Decide on what you want. Prayers come to those people who know what they want and ask for it with clarity and ask for it knowing that they deserve it. So what are my first two rules? Number one, know what you want. Secondly, know that you deserve it. You want love? Of course you deserve love. I deserve love. I never used to believe I deserved love. So do you know what? I'd be like, dear God, I'd really love some love. But I didn't believe I deserved it. So even when it would come to me, I'd push it away and take on the people who didn't love me because I would prefer to perform for love instead of receiving love. Because I felt like that was my place on this earth, somebody who needs to perform for things that they need. Get that? I felt I was somebody who needed to perform for something that I needed. My soul craved it. Okay? So now I know I deserve love. Dear God, the people who are in my life, I pray that they are people who are in love with me, with my energy, with my presence, who honor it, who cherish it. Because I deserve people who honor me, people who put me first, people who choose me first. People who I don't have to choose first and do all this unnecessary work where I have to push my boundaries, have to bend my back just to get their attention. This is just for attention. No, I want love. I want people who choose me, people who want me to be in their circles. And because I ask for that, I am eliminating anything that doesn't align with that. That's how you pray. You pray knowing that you're about to do an action as well that aligns with that prayer. So if you're asking for love and you have people around you who don't love you, who you've been begging for their attention this whole time, it's time for them to go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We don't need you here. Because they didn't ask for you to begin with. You were forcing matters. I'm not being forcing matters, being around people who didn't appreciate me doing the most. Doing above and beyond for people who didn't appreciate me, who would do less than the bare minimum because they knew I would be there at their beck and call. I would flock when they say fly. I wouldn't even ask where to. If they were taking me to hell, if they were taking me to the thorns, I would go because I didn't have respect for myself enough to know that I deserve people around me who honor me. Because I was so desperate, I was desperate because I believed I don't deserve love, because I grew up being given the bare minimum. I grew up having to chase for love, having to decode if somebody loved me or not. So I was always stuck and enjoyed being unsure. I was always like, okay, God, I want love, but somebody would come give me unsure energy, give me inconsistent energy, and I'm like, yep, that's the one. I love them. I love them. I love them because I'm used to that. I'm used to that treatment of not knowing where I belong in somebody else's life, where somebody's not really sure about me or with me. You know what I mean? I deserve people who are sure about me, who are sure about what they want, about how they want us to grow together. I want people around me, and I deserve people around me who respect my boundaries, who speak to me with kindness, with honor, with grace. I deserve to be in rooms where I'm appreciated, where when I have a celebration that I'm asking for, when I ask them to show up for me, they show up with no problem. Matter of fact, they show up above and beyond because I would do the same for them. If I say I have a gig that I want to go for, they say where, when, what time should we be there? We want to be there to support you because we love you, because we're your friends. Guys, I never had that mindset before. I used to just think I'm the one who has to be there for everyone. I used to think I have to be there to show up for everybody. And I would. I would show up for everybody even when I had nothing. I would show up thinking that that was faith. That was not faith. That was me giving more than I had. I was pouring from an empty cup. Now I deserve to be poured back into, in as much as I pour back into other people. I know that. And so when I ask for love, I ask for love knowing that I'm not going to neglect myself in the process of getting that love. I know that as I ask for love, I'm still going to love myself. I'm still going to honor myself enough and still going to have integrity for myself enough to leave if these people were to disrespect me. I still have integrity for myself enough to set boundaries when I'm being disrespected, when I'm being stepped on. To be like, no, you don't speak to me like that. I don't appreciate that tone. Can we please speak to each other with respect? And if respect is not going to be in this conversation, I'd rather we leave this conversation. That's the type of respect I'm gaining for myself now. Because I'm starting to understand that it was because I didn't believe I deserved that respect. I didn't believe I deserved that love because growing up, I had been minimized. And when I had asked for respect for myself, growing up in an African household, it was as if I was asking for too much. It was as if I was a demon for asking for mere respect. When I would set boundaries with people, especially people older than me, especially men, I would be seen as an animal and I would be called an animal for setting boundaries. And so, because I was young, and because I was easily influenced, I started believing that, yeah, for setting boundaries, I am an animal. That is not setting boundaries. That is hurting somebody. Setting my own boundaries, I was made to believe that I'm hurting somebody else, that I'm sharp with my words, that I have daggers for words, and I pierce everybody around me simply because I'm setting a boundary for myself and I believed it. So, do you know what I did? Instead of setting boundaries, instead of speaking my truth, I kept quiet. I minimized myself. I zipped myself up and I didn't exist. I made myself invisible. When everybody spoke, I listened. When everybody said I must do something, even though my body felt uncomfortable, I did it. When I tensed up around somebody, even though it meant I didn't want to be around them, I stayed around them. And so I stayed constantly cushioning everybody else and never asking for what I deserved. But whenever anybody else asked for what they want, I would give it to them. I would give it to them easily because I was used to letting go of my body. I was used to giving everybody else everything that they desired and not myself anything. But I reclaim my power now, and you should reclaim yours. And so when you pray, you ask for what you know you deserve, and you ask for exactly what it is you want, because I promise you, you deserve it. There is nothing that is beyond your reach. There is nothing beyond your grasp. You want that house, you want it to be a 2-story house, you want it to be fully furnished and fitted, you want it in a specific location, you want it in Italy, and then you got it. That is yours. Dear God, I I ask for a house that I know belongs to me. It is already waiting for me, wherever it is, and I believe that that house is mine. It is calling my name. That house is a double story. It's a farmhouse so that I can garden. You envision whatever it is that you want so that when you utter it knowing exactly what you want. This is a house that I plan by myself, or a house that I renovate, whatever it is that you choose. Or maybe you decide, I want to buy a beach house in Miami. I know they're hard to get, but it's calling my name. I already own that house. It's in Miami. It's overlooking the sea. I get the view. There's window panes all over just so that I can see. I have a hammock downstairs. You deserve everything that you want. When you pray, you say it knowing in your heart you filled with delight as you say it, because you know it's yours and nobody else can take it away from you. You see a house down the street, Lord, if that house is mine, I ask for it. And if that is not my house, I ask for its equivalent. Ask knowing it's yours. And now that you've planted it in your head, work towards it. You wanted a car, didn't you say? So why don't you have a driver's license? Go get that driver's license. You have to act as if it's already there. Go get your driver's license. Be prepared. Be prepared. Okay? Don't just ask for stuff and then sit down thinking that they'll just come to you. You meet each other halfway. You want a partner? You want somebody that will love you and respect you? How about you start respecting yourself first? So that when they come into your life, they give you what you already give yourself and more. You want somebody to cherish you how you already are? Somebody who will not restrict how you express yourself? Why are you not expressing yourself already? You think somebody's gonna bring it out of you? It already has to exist and they just appreciate it. That is how you pray. You pray by declaring what you want, because you know what you want, knowing that you deserve it, and then acting in accordance with that for it to meet you halfway. You're not chasing it, you're meeting it halfway. And that is my vision for the day. Guys, everything you want is already there. It is waiting for you. Just declare it, and it is already yours. Thank you. I'm Piwe, and this is merely my perspective. Take whatever you want from this, leave whatever you want, and have a good day. Just have a blessed day.